Why, hello everyone. It has been several days since my last Fairly Unbalanced with Michael Talon. Um, and I haven't done one of these in about, I don't know, a week or something like that, for a number of reasons, largely centered around the fact that my previous phone sucked butt. And I had to get a new phone to make these videos something that was presentable, and for a number of other reasons. Um, But here we are. Please like, subscribe, blah blah blah. But what's on my mind today is last night's election in Georgia. Last night, the Reverend Senator Raphael Warnock defeated the not quite so reverend and certainly not a senatorial quality candidate Herschel Walker. Uh, it's a great thing that he won. It's a great thing that that the Reverend Senator won. Um, but you can also look at the election last night in really one of two ways. Either great, thank God, a win is a win is a win. But the second is that holy 1.7 million people voted for a guy who put a gun to his wife's head, who abandoned his children, who likes to cut checks to abortion clinics from petty cash and then keep it secret, who is willing to deny the right to the freedom of choice to other women who he hasn't been inside, uh, and also, like, this is one of the things that we didn't really get into in the campaign, but a man who has dissociative identity disorder, which he has openly admitted, and we're proud of him for coming to terms with this. Dissociative identity disorder used to be known as multiple personality syndrome, which he claims to have cured by talking to God. Anyway, we dodged a metaphorical bullet on that one, but 1.7 million people voted for him, and that's frightening. It is a beautiful thing that Senator Warnock will continue in his role, because he is clearly an incredibly brilliant and an incredibly effective leader who has won 4 elections in 2 years as a progressive black man in Georgia. No easy feat. He clearly has political chops for days. But the conversation, the larger conversation, is about what does this mean for Georgia's future and what does this mean for the nation's future based upon the leverage point of Georgia as now a swing state. And I think there we can absolutely be thrilled about what happened last night. Well, it is possible that had the Republicans put up a candidate who did not focus on werewolves and zombies, they might have won this race. But now, Senator Warnock has 6 years as the senior elected Democrat in Georgia to build a state coalition, along with his partnership with the other senator, Senator Ossoff, to build a statewide network, to perform constituent services, and to secure his place as a leader in that state, which is a beautiful thing just naturally. But then you combine that with the changing demographics of the Atlanta suburbs. As I'm sure you were watching the coverage last night, either CNN, MSNBC, well, everybody was doing the same coverage, that in just 2012, some of the counties right around Atlanta, in the metro Atlanta area, were breaking Republican, and now they're breaking heavily Democrat, and they're growing. It doesn't mean that in 2024, Georgia is a safe seat. It probably doesn't mean that in 2026, Georgia is a safe seat. But if you follow the demographic trend lines, and the simple, observable fact that the old white voters who watch Fox News they're dying. They're dying. And the younger coalitional voters that made up Reverend Warnock's electoral victory are increasing in number and moving to the state of Georgia. It means that 6 years from now, when the Reverend Senator runs again, if the brother doesn't choose for a higher office before then, which I'm down, But if he runs in 6 years again in Georgia, he's going to beat all comers. Or at least that is my opinion. And I think that it's borne out by the numbers and also by the grace of that uniquely gifted man. And I'll be trying to do these more regularly. Subscribe, like, ring bell, blah, 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 blah. And we will see you here soon on Fairly Unbalanced. Love to you all.